Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 11. We're here with Round 1. It's a brand new day for the Sim Racing Alliance. It's going to be a little bit more punishing out here during qualifying.
It's definitely a hard one here. It's what it's like. It's very, very punishing.
For all the way in Germany, this will be the first time we see this in the team series here. This is a track where you will be driving the track, not as much driving the drivers on the track.
Very brave is the Ferrari to get the move done.
He does get the position done.
Oh, huge contact, and they're both going to go around. It's going to be a huge move up the inside.
He's been using every bit of the track.
Pedal to the metal, foot to the floor.
And we're off and away for SRA.
Oh, hold on.
Hear me, can they? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sim Racing Alliance. And of course, I'm awake. I'm Alexa Marshall, joined by my cameraman, Jess Osborne, and of course, commentator Selena Boonstra. I am awake. I know. Everybody's awake. If you've been wondering where I've been the last few races, don't question it. I have been doing nothing. And now I'm wide awake, and we better get into it because it's the season finale, and it's the one that everybody wants to go for. And of course, it's the lovely circuit. Everybody knows this circuit. It's quite literally called our home, but although for me and Selena, our home is more like the Nordschleife. But Kyalami, the Grand Prix circuit, 16 corners. It is a good old anti-clockwise circuit, and it starts with the kink, which is quite literally just the kink. and then you go down towards the heavy braking zone. Mainly your best overtaking opportunity in the first sector being Crawford. You go through then 3 and 4 for Jungsi Sweep, followed by Barbecue, the 90 degree at turn number 5, which of course, sausage curb on the inside, try not to go flipping. It's then Sunset, Clubhouse, the S's down to Le Cop of turn number 10 and 11, good overtaking as well as you go over the crest. Then it's down the hill towards Mineshaft and then into the braking of Crocodiles, quickly through 14 into the right-hander of 15 called Cheetah. And then the final corner, which brings you back onto the main straight, is Ongui. And it's an interesting one for the driver standings. I haven't been here for the last few races. So, Jess, I'm going to hand it to you because you're going to have a lot more information on this than me.
Sure. So the biggest shocking thing here, of course, is Michael Manning has fallen precipitously from the top with a commanding lead down to P5 because he has failed to make the last 2 races. And... give me a moment to peek. Is he making it for this one either? No, he's a man of his word. I don't see him on track.
Nope.
So he's going to miss this one as well. And I think the math is going to work out that if everybody does another typical average performance, he's doomed to slip down to P7 at best. But otherwise, besides that, our current new leaders have been battling it out pretty consistently as always. So no new developments there. Estefano Barrera, our new king of D1, with a mere 2-point lead over Travis Nordstrom in the Porsche. So that's definitely going to be a fight to keep an eye on tonight. And
apologies,
that,
I was having a drink.
No worries. So the team driver standings, TSE Drive Car Room with Jeremy Mercer and Peter O'Brien, with their powers combined, putting up the best performance so far with a 966 points combined, leading over the Bentley of Mr. Sir and Michael Menning by 57 points, with them leading about 81 points over Koadroma and Travis Nordstrom in the Porsche. And with that, let's hop into the race because our silver drivers are just now putting in their banker laps.
The race? I thought I'm the one who's supposed to be sleeping. It's qualifying. It's silver qualifying. Speaking of silver, Selena, you are having a fun time over in D2, in that silver part. So currently watching, of course, you're watching. Jess is. We're gonna make it very clear here, chat. I'm watching Selena's POV, which is the PIP. So yes. if I seem, we are making this very clear. If I seem a bit off, because I think we all know I do the most talking here most of the time. If I'm not talking about what Jess is seeing, it's because I'm looking at Selena's. Because for some reason, when Jess streams to Discord, the game decides, well, not the game, Discord, the stream basically decides, I'm going to majorly lag. Hence why it's been a bit of a slideshow sometimes. But going around the final corner for Troxclair, and then going to begin the run to the line. That will put in P number 1 for silver, 1 minute 41, 2:42. Selena, you're the silver driver over in D2. What can you expect here tonight?
Well, first and foremost, yes, I am on the PIP is now back, and I am first time running PIP, and so yeah, now there are.
Could you hide that HUD for me by pressing F2 a couple times?
Oh yes. Oh, there has been a lot of things. Okay, twice.
Keep pressing F2.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Got the broadcast overlay. Should we stick with that or?
No, they can't.
Yes, please.
Just make it blank. Oh, well, no, but yeah, for her benefit, so she can see it. Go ahead. Keep
it. For me.
That helps a lot. Okay, yeah. We'll stick with that. But for the race, actually, I am actually really looking forward to Kyalami because, I mean, it's a fun track. Sector 2 through the S's I struggle with those curbs sticking out, but I'm very looking forward to this track tomorrow, and it's a fun track. There's Cheetah. We all know our reputation with Cheetah. It's very tricky.
It's so deceptive on the track map. It hardly looks like it's that
really is, yeah.
Crazy of a corner, but it's what the track map isn't telling you is how fast you're taking it and how steep that curve on the apex is.
It's really tricky, and Jared Troxclair actually takes cheetah and dipping his tires into the grass for a second. But yes, on that note, it's like, it's really tough. It's hard to, it's one of those corners that it's just very hard to judge because it's so quick, but then you have that sausage curve to worry about, but
Yep.
then you
Punish you if
have,
you're greedy.
yep, but not only that, you have the track limit warnings if you steer the car way too much wide into the grass, because if you don't lift, well,
Yeah, it gets real dangerous real fast if you go too quick.
yeah, that's a track limit warning right there. And it's not only that, after the S's, it's not that forgiving. It can be, but I've found personally, if you go very wide on like after on the exit of the S's, even just the slightest dip into the grass, it's a track limit warning. It's pretty brutal, but other than that, it's a really good track, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah,
What are
speaking
both
of
your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, speaking of the S's actually, and the invalidation bit, I'm actually going to name it good old cop. You were talking about the S's, and it's one thing that I think many drivers tend to forget, so they fight the car too much. With GT3 cars, they naturally move to the outside when going through corners like that. And that from my experience, because I'm going to be honest, I've been racing a lot around here on console recently, you need to learn that you need to get the first corner right, and then just let the car do its thing on the exit of the S's, aka turn number 9, because the cars naturally drift out, and if you start fighting it, then you're just going to be losing way too much time. One man who is not losing too much time, though, with a 1 minute 48.540, is going to be Bailey Kish.
From the bottom to the top.
Oh,
He goes right up to silver pole. Indeed.
Brendan Chan rounding the final corner with had 6/10, now slowly slipped down to 5/10. Still going to be a big improvement, up to P14 now within 1 second of Bailey Kish. I'm sure there's more where that came from.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, we know, we've seen all this season. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I find silver qualifying the most interesting, because the gold drive, the times that these guys put down is what affects the gold drivers. Like, you can see them getting mixed up in there. So the fact that these guys are out first in qualifying makes it quite an interesting one. So
yeah, for sure.
personally for me, I'm always loving the silver, and it can't be understated. Like, people need to love silver more.
I love silver.
Yeah. Silver's great.
Both of you are silver drivers in DT.
Not biased, by the way.
I'm not biased at all.
Yeah, well, we can tell you're not biased. You're currently watching a Mercedes instead of a Porsche, but I digress. But to be fair, so right now it is, of course, Bailey Kish up there, followed by Crown, Troxclair, Archie, Moffat, Durham, Simmons, Majid, Carpenter, and McCroat, and then currently going down into the final corner of Ongui. I am not going to apologise about my botched pronunciation, but of course, the good old Porsche, I should have not said anything, will go to the line, and they will stay P number 7 for the time being. One thing I am going to point out, though, that's 3 Ferraris back-to-back, P4, 5 and 6, being Archie, Moffat and Dunham.
Rooker Quigg gained heaps of time in the middle of Sector 2, got up to half a second, had a little bit of drama in front of him at the start of Sector 3, which lost him a 10th, but he gained 2 more, and he crosses the line to take P5 for now. Very strong lap.
Yeah, honestly, that Audi's been on something this season. Like, Quigg in the Audi has just been able to put it all together, and it's honestly interesting because we never see Audis anywhere up top when it comes down
competitive
to it.
lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like due to a new patch or like lack of setups online or anything, but the Audi just has not been the meta. Like, honestly, recently I've seen the emergence of, like we see up top right now with Kish and Majid, the emergence of the Mercedes and the Aston Martin.
Brandon Chan looking pretty strong in that Aston Martin now, pulling out 3/10 so far, halfway through the lap. If he keeps that pace up, he's going to be that rate of improvement, at least, he's going to be in the top 10 for silver.
Yeah, and to be honest, top 10, either way, like, it doesn't matter if you're in the top 10 overall or just the top 10 in your class, it's just the best place to be. I'm totally not biased because I got a top 10 earlier today, but I digress. As we go around the final corner, once again for Simmons on the PIP, and he will stay P number 10. And of course, Bailey Kish still up there right now as the good old gold drivers are going to be making their way onto the circuit. Michael Menning is not here, but his teammate is, and that is going to be Mr. Sir. And an interesting one, if I do say so myself, as that is a whole train of cars.
Fire Queso rounding the final corner with 2/10. Losing a little bit on the exit there. There's still going to be good for many positions, and he takes P10. Brandon Chan not far behind, improves up to P15. And that's going to be it for silver quali.
Yeah, so realistically, it's not actually that bad, as I'm just thinking of something here. We have both of them, so who is the furthest round the track for the gold drivers?
Palmieri.
So, I've got an idea. Selena, why don't you go on board with Palmieri and Jess, you
Palmieri. No ends.
Where is he?
Palmieri.
Palmieri.
Oh, he's somewhere around here. He should be close.
Yeah, he's
the final corner
somewhere.
now.
Oh, there he is.
There we go. So if we get an onboard, just like that, and then we also get a helicam, we get two beautiful shots as going down through turn number 1. The good old kink, which is basically just a king like it's called. And then going down towards Crawthorne, the first of the gold drivers who will be setting a lap here. You can't park there, sir, as we head out of turn number 2 and then quickly into Junkie Sweep, which is just sweep it left, sweep it right, sweep it left, and down into turn number 5 of Barbecue. I'm sure Andrew Rife would love a barbecue with his American accent. As we keep up going, looking over the rear wing, as that is something to digress on the PIP. That was a weird camera angle. But round through the right-hander of good old Sunset, and then down into Clubhouse of turn number 7. He currently sits P number 23 on the overall leaderboard, as no lap time has been set by any gold driver, only the silvers. Round through the S's we go, as your car likes to take itself to the outside, as we see Palmieri not going to fight it one singular bit. Over the crest and then down into La Cop, turn number 10, very quickly into 11. Also La Cop, to be exact. And then the fastest part of the circuit, apart from the main straight, the run down to the Crocodiles as you head down through Mineshaft, very quickly through the turn number 12. Very easy to lose the rear end if you don't have the right setup on, but he will get it absolutely perfect. Going to get the apex once, and he gets it again on the exit. Going to use the track as much as possible. Heading through turn number 14, very quickly into turn number 15 of Cheetah, down into the final corner of Ongui, and then onto the bottle once again. It's pedal to the metal, foot to the floor for Jacob Palmieri, and the 424 in the good old Nissan. Only P11 though, so hyped up, not so much. Estefana Barrera goes P number 5. Good old Jeff Spangler goes P number 3, as everybody else is going to be coming across the line very, very shortly, and Jess is going to have the leaderboard a lot better than we do. So Jess, over to you.
Just as you said, Jeff Spangler for his banker lap puts it up in P3, already improving. Estefano Barrera less than a tenth behind him in P5, and again barely more than 100th behind him is Jeremy Mercer. So our front-running gold drivers are already coming out swinging. And I have tragic news to report. Fosley is reporting that his PC's randomly freezing up for 2 to 3 seconds at a time. And he says he was up 2/10 at turn 1 and then it froze. Rip. That sucks, dude.
He must have been the one I called out, but you can't.
Ferreira invalidates already. His first flying
Rip. As going back, speaking of the devil, there he is on the PIP. That is a lovely looking livery, not as good as Selena's though. As that is a very hot livery. Right. One thing to point out though, even though it's only the first run so far, Bailey Kish and Majid still up top there. So I think my statement about the silver drivers was correct, as good old Barrera is going to go down through Cheetah right now. Going to seem to keep it clean, the 639. And we're just going to chill here for a bit. We're going to enjoy the time. 4 minutes, 33 seconds remain on the clock as we head over down to the line. The 439 going to begin a new quali run here. As I was talking about the silver jars before, but now that's Jess Spangler up into good old pole position.
Travis Nordstrom improving by 7/10, almost enough to take pole.
Ooh.
They lost a little bit on the last corner, but still a very impressive lap up to P2.
P2.
Yes,
Totally no
Spangler
bias at
improved
all.
last lap, just enough, I think, to hold him off.
Yeah.
Dominic Duran next up to finish sector 3, up 4/10. That will put him on first 2 rows. 5/10.
Are we
He
surprised?
finds more in the final corner. Oh, and it slips away from him a little, maybe pushing a little too hard. Nonetheless, it's P3 for him.
Yeah, so the gold drivers starting to come into their own. A little bit of a checkerboard pattern from P number 3 down to P number 12, just showing how tight this field really can get, and that's why we love the GT racing action. And of course, if just a friendly reminder for you guys, this is the season finale. So
Yes.
it kicked off last week in Brands Hatch, apparently, according to Jess and Selena, because I totally was not asleep, and I will make no further comment on it. I will not be taking questions at this time. No, I will not. No, I will not let the paparazzi take pictures of me. I have no idea what is happening. As good old Barrera still going to be making his way around the field, heading through the crocodiles very quickly into Cheetah, onto the grass, and that's going to cost him quite a bit of it. He is pushing right to
but he
the
finds
limit.
a ton in the last corner. He said it's my turn.
It's my turn, and where will he go? He goes right to the top.
Barrera
1 minute, 40, 1:05.
Pull over, probably for immediate fresh tires to go out for one last go. Timothy Flamger up 3/10, coming around the last corner now, onto the start-finish line. Modest improvement up to P10, looking good. Omar Escorcia has been out of the conversation tonight so far. He's finally joining it. He's 8/10 down from the leader, but he's 5/10 up on this lap. And he's going to get at least one more go at it. And there it is, P4 for him. He's going to be in this fight at the start.
Yeah, all the championship contenders getting up there, and you need to be, because even though Kyalami is a very good circuit, it is extremely tricky to overtake ground.
Yeah, it is.
That's why that's why a lot of people debate about Kyalami, and I can kind of agree with it. Kyalami is better as an endurance track than a 1 hour racetrack, because endurance is just endurance. Nordschleifer, please, as we continue going through the S's, and people don't call us out for it. We do it as a joke, okay? We've been doing it all season.
Forgive me for encouraging her, but I didn't realize how good Nords was for endurances until I partook in one. It doesn't get old because the lap is so long. It's not like you're doing the same corner like 20 times or in like 30 minutes. You do it like 8 times. Like it's fun.
It never gets old. Like there's like anything, especially with multi-class racing. Like even the real 24 hours of Nürburgring, it's a whole different feeling in the night, because like there's just so many. Like watching the amazing Porsche endurance documentary that I watched a bit ago. Like the drivers talk about there's just so many things that drivers see that spectators don't see, and it's just like a whole different environment. It's so cool. Like even just in sim racing too, like the Nordschleife is it's a whole different beast at night, and I love it. Now can we get Nordschleife in the night? In the what? Yes, please.
Next. Dan Cran improves up to P5, but immediately gets knocked back down by Dominic Duran, his teammate, who took P3.
Yeah, well, we are here. Yeah, well, we're here in the final minutes, so probably talk less about the Nordschleifer and actually about the action that is happening out on track. Michael Laundry.
I caught on camera everybody who jumped a bunch of spots.
As we do head through the S's on the PIP for good old Andre, and then heading down towards good old Le Cop, as honest, honestly, there's just something satisfying about Le Cop. I don't know what it is, but that over the crest into the brakes, quickly throwing it left, and then you begin the run down to the Crocodiles. There's just something special about it, as the checker flag will now fall here in qualifying. If you cross the line, that's it. You cannot go again. You need to get it absolutely perfect and nail it on the head. Don't use the weird side of the hammer. Use the actual blunt, flat side of the hammer, because that's the one that will help you get all the way and the nail all the way to the bottom. But speaking of the man who will not want to be at the bottom, Michael, round the final corner, gonna go to the line. Where will he go this evening? Here at Kyalami, he will stay P number 24, and we will look to elsewhere on the track. Selena. As we do go around the final corner for Dan Cran, P number 5 currently. Can he improve? Will he go further up the field, or will he stay P number 5? He goes P2. That puts him on the front row alongside Estefano Barrera. Currently in the pits, Dan Cran is the man out on track at the moment, as he is currently making his way around, and Selena tries to find him. Jess may have already found him, considering they are using race control.
Yeah, Dan just teleported back to the pits. And that's it for our qualifying.
Well, qualifying definitely was something.
Oh, yeah, it was. And it's going to be spicy for the race, because lap 1, I should say turn 2, because turn 1 is a kink, pretty much. So I'm looking forward to seeing turn 2, because that's notoriously known on Kyalami that it can be very how should I say it? Not so friendly on lap 2 or lap 1 turn 2. So I'm interested on how D1 is going to portray that for us.
Well, that's the thing though for me. Like, I've been like, I'll be legit here. I raced on this circuit yesterday, just in a good old race on console, and the places on here where I find actually the most dangerous is turn 3 to turn number 6, because it's quick left, quick right, quick left, on the throttle through a long right-hander, which is hard to stick it around the outside and next to each other. So, Junkie Sweep, Barbecue and Sunset is going to be the hard one. And going through the grid order, because I can actually do this now, because I got it on my full screen. It is Estefano Barrera who will line up on pole position. Dan Cran alongside him in P number 2. Then Travis Nordstrom, Dominic Duran, Jeff Spangler, Jeremy Mercer, Good old Jeromo, followed by S. Garcia. Going over to Palmieri. Then it's Kish, Majid, Sir, Crown, Flamger, Troxclair, Salazar, Quig, Peter O'Brien, Moffat, Archie, Dunham,
Take a breath.
Butkus, Louis, and I think we've already gone past Louis, but I was reading off the left-hand side because Selena went real slow.
We're at Louis and Landry now.
Austin Carpenter, Danny Durant, Ivan McCrow, Brendan Chan, and Jason Allen. And I think Ivan McCrow must have had like another livery, because I just see the ACC livery, but I'm not sure. I didn't sync.
Hey, don't diss the ACC livery. You got a console player in here.
It actually does. It's actually a nice livery for like an ACC livery.
Yeah, like. Well, that's the thing. It's that's the thing. It's not actually an ACC livery. It's the official McLaren livery.
Yeah.
Like it's the 2020 McLaren livery, to be fair. So, who knows? We may get anything and everything. But of course, we have got a little bit more time to go. So, Jess, Selena, we're gonna be getting ready to go on for the formation lap. And I think we all know that they want me to do the race start, because that's the way that it usually works. As the drivers will start to move away from the grid on the PIP, you get these beautiful shots because Selena is just way too good with these. And Jess, will go to you, then we'll go to Selena. Predictions for this race?
I'm rooting for Nordstrom, but if I had to put money, it's got to be between Barrera or Crane, of course. Now for the championship, I'm going to go Barrera.
Yeah, he's been really strong this season, like very consistent. So yeah, it's hard to say without bias because I want to say Trump's Nordstrom because Porsche power, but I think yeah, Barrera, Dan Cran too. He's looking very strong, and as well as Dom Duran. So Jeff Spangler though, he's also been pretty strong. So who knows what he has up his sleeves for this race.
Yeah, speaking of which, we might want to catch up to the leaders.
Love the drop
On the
shots, by the
VIP.
way. But you know
yeah.
what? I actually,
Can we just
after
keep these the
thinking
entire
about
race?
After thinking about it, Nordstrom. I think this is a good Porsche track. I think Barrera is, of course, incredibly quick, but that was just quality. Is he going to be able to make that Ferrari really, really quick around here the whole hour? I don't know. I haven't looked at the amalgamated like average pace for each car make, but I don't know. I saw it as a vision in a dream. Nordstrom's going to win.
The SRA TWC is kicking in with the drone shots.
But I mean, heck, I can't count him out. If you guys are going to be basketball shirt, I'm going to be biased about my good old trusty Lamborghini. Yes, I know that I said earlier on the season I was a Ferrari driver. No comment. I drove the Lamborghini beforehand, so I'm allowed to drive again. Jerry Mercer, don't count him out. He's still technically in this, and if something else happens this evening, then we can definitely see Jerry Mercer to pick up those opportunities, especially if that happens to the top 5. When we eventually get down towards turn number 2 to turn number 7, it's going to be absolute chaos on the race start. There's going to be cars everywhere. Let's just hope that they can keep it clean, because we would like some nice clean racing here at SRA, please, as that way it does not make us look bad. But like I said before, it is Estefano Barrera who will line up on pole position with Dan Cran alongside him. These drone shots by Selena will never get old. And of course, quick reminder for you, she's the one who makes that intro at the race start, at the start of the stream. So if you haven't already, at Mischief Media, go follow her on TikTok. Jess, don't find me, but she deserves it. As we go towards the timing line, it's one last shot to get your championship. Who will crumble under the pressure? It is 5 red lights. Not really, it's GT racing, but it's boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing for one last time this season as the green flag drops. And away we go. That's going to be Dan Cram with an amazing start. But here comes Travis Nordstrom, already in the middle on Estefano Barrera. 3 wide, down into turn number 1. From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody else getting into box formation. Drone shot's going to be absolute war.
Duran is dead. It's a pileup.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, it's a parking lot out here.
Calamity unfolds for the mid pack, and is that Michael Landry or is that guy man person?
What did I
He gets
say?
pit maneuvered by the Lambo.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness.
Absolute chaos.
It's like the practice race all over again.
What did I say on the formation lap? It's 3 to 7 where you need to be careful of, as going down around the outside is going to be a lovely move, as we also see Burkus right there, going to also have plenty of battles across this field. Landry trying to chase down and get those positions done as we head into the S's. The drone shots continue. Good old Kish versus the McLaren is Carpenter right there. Yeah, I think we just go for the opening lap because I'm struggling to keep up with it, but I'm rolling with it as you go play by play down into Le Cop for the rest of the grid, as some of the drivers are already down at good old Mineshaft.
We got to recap that the fallout of that lap 1 event. Of course, lap 1 still going on, but Dominic Durant gains 10 spots from that. Timothy Flamger loses 5. Bailey Kish down 16. Coadromo down 23. Dominic Durant down 27 and immediately returned to pits.
And wasn't Bailey Kish going? Can we?
Yeah, side by side there, as for some reason it was that.
Okay, there we go.
And Bailey Kish gets his way through.
All right, well.
I mean, are we really surprised?
In spite of that, well, or maybe because of it, the whole grid from P7 all the way back is within a second of each other.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Carpenter
Kyalami.
just got around McCroat.
Yeah, that's Kyalami for you. It always never fails to impress, especially with
Is
the
Michael
absolute
Landry going to
carnage
follow him
that happens on
through?
that one.
So Carpenter got through McCroat, and it looks like it left the door open almost enough for Michael Landry to get through. Not quite. And
Yeah, so as
the
we
impact
continue-
at the front, Travis Nordstrom has improved from P3 to P2. And he's still within a second of Barrera. But if Barrera starts walking away, and it looks like he might, this thing might end up being a very hard race for Nordstrom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way that it happens. Barrera, we can't deny it. Barrera's been on an absolute roll this season. Also, Mercer, I am sorry. I did not mean to commentators curse you by saying you would do well on the opening lap, on the formation lap. I'm sorry, please don't kick me out of Lamborghini. As we do continue down into the final few corners to bring an end to the next lap, as first few laps have been absolute chaos, as of course Jess went and did a good old review of right there going through the grid order. But two Lamborghinis actually, Jeremy Mercer's down the inside actually. That is going to be, I believe that was actually big. I believe that's, Sir. Yeah, Sir and Quig as well as Jeremy Mercer.
Mercer's dead.
It's going to need a replay. But hopefully we could get a replay for Jess on that one, because we didn't even see that on the PIP.
I got it right now. So
chaos.
Mercer's on the inside.
Yes.
Oh no! Was that Quig just cutting across from him? It looks like that was that an Audi, a red and white Audi was totally boxed in and thought, oh, I want to be on the inside, and drove right into Mercer. Total victim there. Did nothing wrong. Oh, and Dominic Durant's just got around Max Simons. Simons nearly coming to blows with him in the braking zone here. Taking quite a different line than that BMW of Dom. And that Ferrari of Salazar's looked like he wants to get
it's actually, sorry Jess, going to have to get in here real quick as we see from the rear bumper. That was going to be Bailey Kish looking for a move on Brandon Chambert momentarily as they went through Clubhouse. As we go through the S's, cars like to move to the outside and then over the crest. And then you look for the watchtower where you hit the brakes and then down into Le Cop, going left, and then you begin the run down. It's pedal to the metal, foot to the floor to try and get the moves done. But a little bit further back, we got Carpenter trying to defend. In fact, no, actually, McCroat trying to defend from Laundry or Mercer there, as that is going to be a lovely move by Burkus on Alan, I believe, unless that is a lapped car. It's kind of difficult to tell in this camera angle. As a quick reminder, I'm seeing what Selena is seeing, not what Jess is seeing. So apologies for any mistakes. As Queso is going to be right there with him, as going down the inside, maybe looking for the cheeky move. But Bailey Kish is not going to give this up as they begin to run down the rest of this straight. It's going to be a drag race. Selena, can we go drone, please? Thank you very much. As we see, as we continue going on, Burkus, we see this battle right here. Allen versus Burkus down into turn number 2. Good old Crawford down the inside. Salazar's going to come back right at him though. Going to go for the switchback, and that will play out absolutely perfectly. No denying that, and that is just a lovely, simple move to stay up in P number 20.
We had 3 simultaneous moves happen just then. Colin Dunham got around Michael Louis. Salazar, I think, got around Allen, or Butkus around Queso. Now Michael Landry's getting around Ivan McCroat. Too much happening.
Oh, yeah, that was like last week with Brands Hatch. So much was happening.
We're getting scrappy here. Dominic Durant's about to look up the inside of Flamger into a very high-speed, risky corner. Gonna try and carry the speeder on the outside. That Porsche of Max Simmons is looks like he's joining the dance. Now he's side by side with Flamger, as Dominic Durant's gonna try and drive away now. And it looks like it's gonna work. Max gets the inside, and he beats him.
Yeah, just going to point out real quickly, because me and Selena are watching back here. Got Jeremy Mercer into the pit lane. They are making their pit stop. No surprise there. They will pick up absolute carnage and absolute just monstrous loads of damage. But that is going to be Queso versus Chan there momentarily, but Queso will go wide. That's going to give Carpenter an opportunity. He is going to stick the nose of the beamer in, the good old tank, as we like to call him on console, heading down into the braking zone of good old Onguivo. He's not going to give it up. He's never going to let you down. He's never going to go around. But as you continue onto the throttle and all the way down towards the rest of the line, it's pedal to the metal, foot to the floor. It's an absolute drag race. These guys just don't want to give any of these places up. McCrow still there on the inside as Landry will now be on the inside for turn number 2. But McCrow round the outside, and McLaren's still not going to give the place up. Going to be absolutely throwing that steering wheel all over the place. But he's going to lose out to Landry, and through goes Dromo. Absolutely seizing an opportunity where you can. That's the thing when the field is so tight up. Speaking of tight up, good old Flamger versus Simmons through Sunset.
He hangs it around the outside.
Yeah, I was actually about to mention that. He hung around the outside.
And then he loses it. He even had the inside. I think he was a little too cautious there. And now he's got Salazar all over him.
Yeah, I was before Jess came in, which feel free to. I was actually going to mention round here at Kyalami, and when a grid is this tight, any mistake can lead to an overtake. But speaking of overtakes, Chan's still trying to get past Kish. Kish still trying to get past Burkus, as it's these guys that they're all nose to tail.
Yep.
It's all over the place.
Nose to tail.
So. Yeah, half the grid is nose to tail, so if it seems like we're struggling to keep up with it, we do apologise. We are trying our best. As around the outside is going to go, Bailey is going to go the Aston Martin momentarily, but unable to get past, and will have to slot in and go again at another opportunity. Going down into Onguivo, and it's nice and tidy. That is a car into the pit lane. That will be Timothy Flamger coming in with 51 minutes, 12 seconds on the clock. As we head down the main straight, it's everybody for themselves all over the place, trying to keep clean and tidy. But as we look down towards turn number 2 on the PIP, it's, I actually thought Chan was going to go into the back of Burkus there for a second from that camera angle. But they're all going to go through good old junkie sweep and in to barbecue. Who doesn't love a barbecue, eh? General question, chat, feel free to respond. What does everybody have on a barbecue? Jess, you first.
What do I have on the barbecue?
Yeah, what do you have from the good old Barbie?
What kind of question is that for texting? Everything.
What about you, Selena?
Steak. Anything, pretty much.
Well, you know what I like to get from barbecue? GT racing,
John
because
Archie
that's turn number 3 here at Kyalami.
Going at it hard. Peter O'Brien is going to capitalize on this. Going to try and go around the outside of John Archie. Not going to work for him, though, with that long line. And John Archie will reclaim his position. And the fight with Brooker Quigg continues. That was a very scrappy Sector 2 they just had.
Yeah, I mean, I am not surprised one bit. Bailey Quigg, though, P number 11. That Audi seeming to fall further back now. Oh, Bailey, yeah, no, Bailey Quigg. Yeah, don't. No comment. Brain.
Oh, who died?
No comment.
Whoa, John Crown died.
Whoa. Yeah, that is.
I'm going to catch
Jess
the replay
will
now.
need to get a replay on that, because as on the PIP, you can see it right there. Jeez, that came out, and you just saw the yellow dot appear. Like, no indication or anything, just appear. I feel like that may have just been the sausage curb there at Cheetah, but heading down the main straight as we see this very similar.
Can you believe it? It was a sausage curb?
It was a sausage curb. I've been driving this track too much lately.
He's very lucky that Nissan didn't collect him.
Yeah, I've been driving this track too much lately. I know way too much about it, which I never knew like a month ago, and that's not even a joke. But as we continue going on down through Sunset, as we had a major sun glare on that formation lap with the lovely drone cam, I was physically blinded, not literally, but it was almost as bad as Kota on F122. But this ain't F1, this is the better game. This is GT racing, the better type of racing. And of course, SRA D1 is the top of the spot as we continue going down into the S's with good old Fire Queso, and then through the left, through the right, and then over to the crest, as I like to call it, which honestly, if they classed a kink there, They should also class that little kink after the S's, but it's weird like that. As we see Chan going around the outside right there on Queso as we continue to run it down to Mineshaft. Of course, this is a good old anti-clockwise circuit facing from turn number 10, well, turn number 11, which is the lowest part of the circuit, which is the most south to Barbecue, which is the most north, and the entire track faces Pirate's direction, and off in the background that is Laundry, who has made contact with Koadromo, and that is Koadromo resetting to the pit lane. He didn't even get it that bad, but I think that's just a full-on rage to the pits, and that is going to bring a nasty end to Koadromo's race so far. One race that will not be over though is going to be McCroat versus a good old McLaren. It's gonna be good old, and it, hold up, McCroat versus is that Mercer? As Brandon Chan got to be going for the move on the inside, almost a bit of contact, getting incredibly squeezy.
So losing out on that.
Yeah, so as we continue going around, yeah, that is a lapped car. I believe that may actually be Jeremy Mercer, as he, it is Jeremy Mercer. I was trying to figure it out for a sec. I was like, hold up, there's a Lamborghini, but there's no Lamborghinis around them. My brain did not register the blue flags until we got to Barbecue. So that is Jeremy Mercer. I am so sorry, Jeremy. I should not have said that you would do good in the formation lap.
Everybody high. Diego said he's sending the shooters. He doesn't play about that kind of thing.
Hey, I'm British. I'm British. It doesn't work like that. I'm across the pond. Carry on. I'll send the Avro as we continue going on through good old look up and then down towards good old. I've been saying this loads of times. Look up, Mineshaft. These cars just go around this circuit so quickly.
I'm sorry, we got to check in with our leaders though. Esteban Obrera has only pulled out a slightly longer gap over Nordstrom, who has pulled out 3 seconds over Dan Cran, who's leading a train. It's a 4-way fight for P3, and they haven't been trading spots until I go look just now, and Jeff Spangler's finally trying to put the works on Dan Cran, and it does work. Mia Rose, Rose's teammate, herself having dropped out of this season, Jeff Spangler is left to fend out for his own, and he's doing a pretty damn good job, and he's trying to drive away from this gaggle of cars, going 3 wide now at the end of Sector 1 in a spot you really don't want to, and they do filter into 1x2, but the fight's not over.
Yeah, definitely not. As honestly, if it's not over, Selena, shall we get some lovely drone cam working? Shall we? Instead of looking at Baylikesh, who is currently sat in the pit lane. Speaking of go setups, who doesn't love some good old go setups? Speaking of that, let's continue, shall we, as we look over the Kyalami circuit, and I feel like Jess
Omar's through, unless is Dan Cran going to get the switchback? No, he will not. Not quite a good enough exit.
I feel like Jess was waiting for me to go into the talk, but I kind of didn't have the ad read up, so we're just going to continue talking about the action.
You don't need to.
Yeah, we already got it pre-recorded.
Oh yeah, we do now, don't we?
Break the suspension. We have Jay Queasy in a box. We kick it, and he wakes up and doesn't.
yeah. My fellow Brit. So we still get 2 British people in this broadcast either way. As we continue going down into the right-hander of good old Max Simmons. Good old right-hander of Max Simmons. Good old right-hander of Max Cheeto with Max Simmons.
Oh, we got
Danny Durant into the pits. Salazar into the pits. Burkus into the pits. That is actually a nice little box. Well, it's a nice little box battle. It's more so Jeremy Mercer being absolutely lapped and thrashed around at this circuit, as we are now past the 15-minute mark into this race. Just under 45 minutes do remain as hey up, Macro. Macro, you look like you were going to go for a move down there.
Trying to follow Jared Troxclair around the outside at the end of Sector 1. Not quite working for him. Nearly going off track there. He is lapping. His best lap is a little bit better than Jared Troxclair, and his last lap was also a little bit better. So I think he's going to be on the attack. It's going to be hard, though.
Yeah, one man who is definitely not on the attack is, well, he is on the attack, but he's not on the attack. He's being lapped, but he's fighting back. It's good old Jeremy Mercer. Why the heck did that rhyme? My British Yeah, my Britishness is kicking in. Like Andrew said, we're British. Like Andrew said last season, we're British. We kind of just have a knack for this thing.
You would really just make my month if you randomly dropped some Professor Elemental lines.
Why?
Because that's one of my favorite British things.
Can we have Andrew back? Can we have Andrew back, please?
You gotta ask his boss real nicely.
I know. Yeah, I know. I've got to ask his boss real nicely. But we
letter possible.
Yes, just send a nice letter. Send a letter saying, "Hello, this is such and such. We really need Andrew to be working at different hours so he can do commentary for us. I will not take no as an answer.
A few more
Please
people
and
into
thank
the
you."
pits. Sorry to cut you off. Michael Louie into the pits.
We
Peter
have
O'Brien, Dominic Duran.
Fazley off.
Yeah, Fazley round. Fazley round.
I believe turn 5.
got the
Oh
replay.
no.
Oh, he just lost it right on the exit. Too much power. Traction control didn't do its job.
Yeah.
Just went right round.
No, why are we blaming the car systems? It's clearly a skill issue.
True. Look at that rejoin too, cutting across. What was that? Probably Max Simmons or Colin Dunham? I forget.
A little bit dangerous, but how dare you? How dare you, good sir? As we continue going down through Clubhouse. Honestly, that's the crazy thing. It's at Clubhouse. It's called Clubhouse. It is not actually a clubhouse. Like, there's got to be a clubhouse. Like, it's one of the most British primary school things ever. Well, British primary school.
Tony Rush says barbecue cooked him. Good old barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue. Yeah, instead of him cooking the barbecue cooked him. Which honestly kind of makes sense for a corner name. But as we do continue on, sparks flying. Sparks are flying, hello. As Fire Queso, right. I'm just going to point this out. We are the PIP. We have been back here for a while. Selena, shall we give the front runners some lovely? And he's straight off into the barrier. What on earth? He just full on lost it. Cheater. Bro turned into a helicopter.
That was strange.
Bro took helicopter literally. But as we continue going down towards good old Crawford, and that is going to be the McLaren of Macro going down the inside. McLaren versus Ferrari. This is the constructors battle in real life in Formula 1. And now we see the manufacturers battling here in Kyalami. Into the left-hander of Barbecue. Don't get caught like...
Macro
Poor...
rear end slips out and he gets a very poor exit. Fire Queso is going to be back in it if he can hang it around the outside. Really unlikely though.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope.
He's really out on the outside.
He really tried.
Looking for enough speed. Yeah. He tried though. That was great effort. I mean, that was a strong battle right there, and it was nearly in Fire Queso's favor, but
just need a little more speed to beat him to the braking zone.
Yep, just a little bit more speed, and that's all you get.
Looks like Fazley just tumbled 2 spots. Oh no, it's because he was exiting the pits. Let's see how he did. Did he cross slide? No, perfect. Good job, Fazley. That'd have been really awkward to get caught in 4K in front of everybody.
Speaking of, you know what? Since it's the season finale, I thought I'll give a fun fact about this. This is gonna sound really crazy. Anybody remember the Muppets?
Of course.
Yep.
Because Fazley.
Fire Queso is all up in the rear end of Ivan Macrochus there. Looked like he might have tried to go force his way around the outside of
into the pits.
And he says, no thank you.
Yeah.
That McLaren is looking to be a little bit squirrely on the exits, and Fire Queso is like, nah, I'm not going to deal with this today. I'm just going to go into the pits as I should.
Pretty good time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waste no time.
That's Danny Durant.
Taking a little scenic route at, I think, turn 3 it was.
Yeah, can't deny a little bit of a scenic route. To be honest, what I was saying before.
Sorry,
Fazley.
I gotta cut you off. Coach Jeff, I gotta answer the coach. He asked if Coadromo's still running. He is not. He's been in the pits since lap 6.
Coadromo had an incident which definitely did not write off his car. but he had a bit of a rage quit moment here in the season finale. Not the best. Anyway, back to what I was saying
Look
with
at
the Muppets
this.
and
John
everything.
Archie trying to send it up the inside of Brooker Quigg. Door getting slammed shut though, not quite in there. We got a race. It looks like he's just about the only race we have left on our hands, other than Salazar and Allen right now going side by side.
Delivering.
Yeah, there's not that much going on all of a sudden, but who knows with the final 10 minutes, because that usually when things get spiced up, and
only half the
finale.
track is pit, so there's
Yeah.
going to be a conjoining of cars soon.
I mean, heck, it's what we love and it's what we come to see. But seems as this is calming down a little bit now. Should I go back to my story, considering that you kind of cut me off?
Sorry
So
about that.
so you lot remember the Muppets, right?
Of course.
Yep.
I'm 19. I was born in October 2005. I still have my. Do you know Fozzie Bear from the Muppets?
Of course.
I have a plushie of him.
Okay.
What I've had since I was born.
Oh.
And I don't know why I felt like I had to share that, but the fact that we were talking about Fazli just
Bear.
reminded me.
Ah,
Fazli Bear.
it all adds up now.
It all lines up. There we go. So, fun story for you guys. I still have my teddy that was given to me when I was quite literally a baby. Which honestly is crazy, considering my teddy bear is exactly the same age as me. And I'm the youngest commentator here. Honestly, it's crazy. You feel old. Honestly, if you had the pain I have in my upper back, you would know why I feel old, even though I'm 19. But as we continue, like Jess was saying before, it seems to have calmed down a little bit now. As then again, I say that we seem to have two guys battling a little bit further up. I do believe that maybe Quigg and Archie, because I'm just looking on the little mini map. That's a double yellow at the Crocodiles, turn number 13. And I have no idea who that was. It seemed like it was behind Moffat, maybe Flanger.
I don't know who that was.
As it
The only
was
person
at
who's lost any
Crocodiles.
positions are the ones who pit, which is Moffat and Mr. Sir. Maybe he instantly teleported? Let me see. Oh man, I went 15 seconds back. He's already in the pits. Not sure.
So, really weird there as Mr. Sir into the pits as well as Moffat. As it is going to be Archie on the back of Quigg, actually. As a quick rundown for you, of course this can change. We'll just go through the top 20 right now. Of course pit stops can change it all, but it is of course Estefano Barrera currently leading up there on the top, and he has gone from pole to lead in this race still, and he's got the fastest lap as well. It's a Nordstrom, Spangler, Palmineri, Escorcia, Dankran. Yeah, I'm British. We didn't invade the rest of the world to speak their language. As it's Trox, Claire, Quigg, Archie and Dunham. Then it's Simons, Chan, Macro, Laundry, Sir, Flamger, Moffat, Kish, Carpenter and Majid. Before anybody questions the comment, Andrew Rife came up with that last season, and Selena can back me up there. It was made of a Nordschleifer.
Yes. Did someone say Nordschleifer?
Nope, nobody did.
I mean, heck, this is one of the things about the Nordschleifer. Many drivers say one of the best things about the Nordschleifer driving at night is when you're going down the back stretch, back down towards the final few corners, and you just drive past and you can smell the barbecue from the festival.
Yes. Drivers have actually, like in the Porsche Endurance documentary, one of the drivers mentioned that you can actually smell the fireworks and barbecue going, and back to the surreal experience. It's a whole
Jason
different
Allen under
thing.
threat. He gets a very awkward start of Sector 3, and Butkus is going to try and drive clean around the outside of him. But this is the exact opposite place you want to be trying to do that. And Jason Allen reclaims his position.
Go on, Jason. But yeah, like that's the thing. This is one of the things I like about this circuit as well. every corner name has a meaning.
Yes.
As we go, speaking of corner names, heading out of Ongwi, and then down onto the main stretch once again. 33 minutes, 16 seconds remain on the clock. As that is somebody coming out of the pit lanes. Is that a McLaren coming out of the pits or a Ferrari?
Looks like Colin Dunham's
Is
Ferrari.
it Ferrari?
Yeah, that is Colin Dunham.
And they
Oh,
meet
he's
at the
getting
apex.
That is
great.
going he's at the
ahead.
apex.
Of Austin Carpenter.
Yeah, it actually looked like Majid was going to go for a move on Carpenter there momentarily. As we go to the roof cam, provided by Selena Boonstra, as that is Carpenter, he runs wide, he completely messes up, and that is going to give Majid the lovely opportunity to just fly past, and now that's also going to put Carpenter at the risk of Salazar Potter, as we have him chasing down right behind him. As we keep it going down towards the S's. Carpenter trying to defend as best he can. We get a perfect front row seat to this, watching over the rear wing of Majid. Well, it looks like Carpenter's going to defend there for the time being as we head over the crest and down into La Coupe. But heading out of La Coupe, and it's nice and tidy. Nice and clean for the time being as Jess.
En masse,
Wait,
our
let's go
front
to you,
runners of
shall
pit.
we?
Escorcia, Troxclair, Spangler. No, not Spangler yet. Yes, Spangler. Estefano Barrera, Nordstrom, Spangler, Troxclair. All of them all at once have just pit this last lap ahead of the 30-minute mark. So it looks like they're all trying to be optimum with their split time on each set of tires. But none of them want to be undercut. None of them want to go the minute after 30
trying to
minutes.
cut in there. That's Carpenter round. Straight with Salazar into the back of him. Salazar just on the brakes way too late, or Carpenter braking a little bit
catching the
early.
replay now with the
That's
helicam.
contact between the two, and that is
Oh, and he
just going to
does get
send both
punted
of them
in
off.
a half spin right at the middle of the corner.
As we say that, Fazli Majid actually going for the inside overtake at turn 2. Looking to making it right in front of Colin Dunham, and he gets the job done
I'll catch that
perfectly.
replay too.
In the midst of things. See, I'm so glad. PIP, it works so well.
Beautiful move.
Yeah, that was
Confident on the outside there too, knowing that that Ferrari shark nose was right there. Well managed.
Yeah.
and Fazli just in time just left all of that mess behind him and just said, nope, I'm out of here, I'm not going to get involved, and begins to overtake Colin Dunham, and now is in P15 overall.
Can we appreciate that we're halfway through the race and that our leaders have pit and they're still within half a second of each other?
Oh.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. As honestly, I feel like, Fazli probably felt like, honestly, brain, as Fazli seemed like a Lightning McQueen for a second, like back in Cars 1, where he gets through that wreckage and then is about to lap the entire field. Like, obviously he's not leading, but just imagine that, just feeling like Lightning McQueen in that moment. Apart from the fact that they can apparently the cars can jump off each other's wheels, which we're not going to talk about because
that's honestly where I lost my immersion.
Yeah, like, come on. Like, I get it's a cartoon movie, but like, don't make them jump on each other. Wait, no, don't take that out of context.
No, the clip taken out of context looks bad. Think about what you're looking at there.
I know, yeah.
If people are wondering, if people are wondering what they're looking at, just don't look at the little Miatas.
I see what you did there.
As heading through the S's, yes, if you know, you know. Trust me, I did not understand that as a child. Oh my god, I am only 1 year older than that movie. Well, I'm not going to sleep tonight now. As Brooke, I was about to say Bailey Kish, Brooke and Quig in the good old Audi. It's a very nice sounding car, if I do say so myself. Although probably can't hear it on the PIP. As we continue down through the right-handers of good old Crocodiles, and then all the way run into Cheetah. God, Can we just agree though? There's just something spectacular about Kyalami with all the housing around it.
And the night too, it's just really nice. But sunset, I mean, I think that's probably why that one corner gets the name Sunset, is just because of that sun placed perfectly in a very beautiful position where you can just, I mean, from a driver's point of view,
I'm sorry, I
get
gotta
kind of blinded, but...
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. It looked for a moment like Max Simmons lost 5 spots. He was just leaving the pits. Carry on. But yeah, somebody in the chat said a while ago that the sunset vibes here were great. Yes, it's a super
yes,
vibe.
agreed. I can't wait for the race start. That's gonna be very beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, heck, who doesn't love it? As hello Twitch chat, we do interact with you. if you're new here, in fact, we're halfway through now. We have done qualifying, so we're just going to run through this once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SRA. I'm Alexa Marshall, joined by the cameraman Jess Osborne and my co-commentator Selena Boostra. So, well, welcome in. We're gonna quickly recap that in case anybody has joined in and has not heard my voice before, because I've been asleep the past few races because my body clock, my body clock decided to work with college and not SRA, which really annoyed me.
And for some more context for anybody who's just tuning in, again, this is the finale, and we are halfway through this race, and we are watching our current Drivers' Championship frontrunner fending off by less than a second P2 in the driver's standings. That's right, Brera and Nordstrom are P1 and P2 respectively, and are duking it out with 2 points between them in the standings.
Yeah, in fact, now that you've mentioned that, Selena, we saw it on the formation lap. Let's do it for a little while, shall we? Shall we get some drone cam going of those 2 lovely championship contenders?
Yes, we shall. Stand by. I'm going to try to make this a little bit more...
Everybody
really tough. The thing with controller, it's very tough. Like when you scroll the wheel up, it gets faster. So like the up and down type, like the right stick is like, it goes wild. I think it's just probably an ACC thing, despite me trying to make it smooth.
Oh, yeah, no, it is an ACC thing. It happens to me on console as well. Like it randomly just speeds up when it scrolls up. As ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see what Selena does best. I think Jess can agree with me on that. Yeah, you guys are seeing the behind the scenes of what Selena has to do when it comes to the good old, down to the good old intro video. As currently looking at Quig, but I think we've been watching these guys for quite a while. Shall we go over to Barrera?
I think a thing I do wish though with the type of drum cams on the selected car is like the camera is like exact, like you can see it like right on the PIP, like the car is just going with the camera, and I'm not a fan of that because if only I could like turn, because like if I like, it is good for like if you get like I'll just place it here for like a second just to get the view of Flamger's BMW, but like it's nice when you're looking at this, and I'm just saying this in a perspective of my video editing, like you can get cool like dramatic camera angles like this, but when you're following like the selected car, it can kind of get a little, like it looks a little awkward as opposed to like going over here to Timothy, and it just looks totally different. Like it actually
it looks like a camera on another car following. Like it's like realistic, like it should.
Yeah, like it's just so bumpy. Like if only there, like I like it, but then I don't, like, because look at the selected car. So like if only there was an option to turn it on or off, where like if you turn it off, it wouldn't be so bumpy, and you could actually see the car doing the actual bump and not the camera too.
Right.
But yeah, that's my video thing of the day on broadcast.
Oh no!
Speaking of which, we can absolutely. Well, we were talking about that. Oh, in 4K.
From 2 angles simultaneously.
Caught in 4K.
Just looking at them and then. Oh.
add another one to the Stewart's plate, and that bunches up this midfield. And now we've got just about like a 6-way fight for P12.
Somebody clip that.
Oh,
This
that
race
was
just heated up
very
again.
unexpected. And the action is now doing the action. And actually, speaking of action, we've got from Max Simmons, we've got Burger Quig, Joe Moffett, Jason Allen, Javier Salazar, and Jeremy Mercer as a blue flag, but he's also in the mix. And we also got Brendan Chan, and not too far behind is Ivan McCroat. So this pretty well is this train is adding up, and with under 23 minutes left in the race. So we're getting to that point where it's going to be all or nothing. And of course it will be, because it is the finale of season 12. So things are going to be shaken, things are going to be baking. Foot to the pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, as what Alexa
that's my
always
line.
says.
That's my line. You got your lines about the Nord. You got your lines about the Nordschleife, right? I got my pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, and the boogity boogity boogity.
Oh yes.
Which many people, which I'm gonna point this out. It's just my accent, but I'm actually saying boogity boogity boogity. It's just that with my accent, I don't pronounce my T's.
Oh, that's fine.
Yes.
Americans are used to that. Easy
Yeah.
to us Southerners.
Yeah,
So it's just
don't do that
boogity boogity
either.
boogity.
Yeah, we do
Boogity.
the same thing. That's how we
Boogity.
do it.
This is how we do it.
If somebody came at me and said boogity, 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 I'd punch them in the face.
Yeah.
Damn, that is the most southern
it
thing
down
I've
now.
ever heard. Oh, wait, Selena, oh, whoa,
that was very
Salazar, Carmi.
Ooh.
Jesus, how close do you want to get? Don't sniff the chuff of Jason Allen.
It's getting a little close there. A little bit of close you want to be, but not too close. And actually, Jortina's butt kiss slowly, ever so slightly, inching his way towards Javier Salazar. But Salazar, on the other hand, he's getting really close now. Get the quick onboard cam. Oh, is he going to go?
He's
from
trying.
He's
going
trying.
for it.
He's squeezing. He's taking all the room given to him and more.
Oh,
And he gave 110% to hold it around the outside there.
Oh, is he gonna
And it
hold it?
works. The door was left open.
It.
It actually worked.
We're going side by side.
Jason Allen actually beat him around that corner, but failed to shut the door. Invited Salazar through the next one because he was already lined up to take the inside, and it worked beautifully for him.
Oh wow, I forgot to turn that off.
Is that Diego telling me to stay away from the top two? Are you telling me to not commentators curse this? I hope that better be the explanation.
That move was it was almost successful, but not quite close. But actually, the battle will be over when it's over, because it is certainly not over. And Jason looking to actually have a little bit of a wiggle moment there.
Oh,
but,
and they come together. It's all four of them are going to touch. It's Brandon Chan, Butkus, Jason Allen, and Ivan McCroat.
What was also not successful. What was also not What also was not successful was my controller deciding to die on me. So I just I quite literally ran across my room to put some new batteries in. As we see Ivan McCroat versus there. Just quick, is my mic sounding okay?
Yes, you sound fine, but I got to commentate. Fazli Madrid, while all that was happening, Fazli got around Bailey Kish, and now they're hanging around side by side. He defends his position, but he's still got Bailey Kish breathing down his tailpipe.
Oh man, things are happening. It is a whole thing.
Omar,
and actually
not far ahead,
Garcia.
Omar S. Garcia having similar experience with Jared Troxka, a less than second between them.
Yeah, so it's all over the place realistically, and in fact, now that now that it's starting to spice up and we got less than 20 minutes remaining, anything can happen. So very quickly, what is the gap looking like between the championship contenders up top, Jess?
I'm sorry, I did not process what you just asked me, but I have to point out that Jacob Palmieri and Jess Spangler, for a moment, had the fastest laps of the race simultaneously. The same exact lap time, down to the 1,000th. But it looks like Palmieri just did another lap even faster. And what were you asking me?
What is the current gap between the lead, between the two championship?
It's still a second. They've been within a second of each other the whole time.
And before
And
anybody
sorry, it was Travis and
why
Jeff that had the fastest lap.
Oh, looks like Max Simmons trying to go for a move, but that does not seem to work. But it does go going on the inside for the switchback. Timothy Flamter still elects to stay on the inside and hopes to make it through, and he does. Max Simmons still on the outside. A little bit of a touch. There's a touch, more than just a little bit of contact.
Flamter
and now
tries to slam the door way too late, and he's suffering for it. Max Simmons is going to drive away, and Brooker Quigg capitalizes. And now Brooker Quigg wants to send it wide, or did he just miss his braking spot?
Really wide.
And now he's going to lose the spot he gained on Flamger.
That was way too hot for Quigg. Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Now the question is was that just missing? Was that missing his braking zone, or was that because of slipstream?
Could be both. I'm not sure, but I have to mention Jeff Spangler has now caught up to Travis Nordstrom.
Oh, Brooker Quigg trying to elect to go on a move to make up for what he lost at Sunset, but touch contact. Not looking too successful for Brooker. He's trying his hardest. With under 17 minutes left, he's trying with all his might, putting everything that he can in that car. But Joel Moffett is not too far behind either, so he's really in a pressure cooker right now. In between the two cars, Joel Moffett coming into the fray, and Max Simmons is just chilling in front of this heated battle.
I mean, that's kind of just what happens when it comes down to it, and it's one thing we cannot deny as he's should have been a P16. He's having a fun time. Let's be honest, we're all having a fun time here as we are on board with the 296 Ferrari. As I don't know why I always do that when I say Ferrari.
Every time.
I do. Yeah, I don't know why. It's something that I picked up from my F1 comms, like because like in GT it's just a Ferrari, whereas in Formula 1 it's Scuderia Ferrari. So it's just instead of saying Scuderia Ferrari, it's just easier to say Scuderia Ferrari. So it's just something that I've picked up. So even though I'm not saying Scuderia, I'm just saying Ferrari. It's weird. I've randomly picked it up, and I don't know why. But here we are. That is a very big white pole on the Ferrari.
Well, there is, yeah. Little communicator thing.
Brooker Quigg doing a mega send up Flamger.
Oh, there is touch.
They'll make contact.
And it makes it work.
Yeah, they will make contact, but nice and easy down through the go, and they're going to keep it clean as they go through mineshaft. Not the best camera angle, but although just may have helicam, it looked like they were still wheel to wheel side by side momentarily, if not just inches apart, as they head into good old Cheetah. Try not to lose it on the sausage curbs on the inside. A little bit onto the grass there for Flamger, and then down into Ongui, and then through the left hander, that's Peter O'Brien with a stop go 30, and then it's pedal to the metal, foot to the floor for Quigg, Flamger, Moffat, all the way down through the kink of turn number 1 down towards Crawford, but it is Bailey Quigg who's got the pedal down the most, and he is quite a bit ahead by the time we get down to turn number 2.
Oh, I looked away at the exact wrong instant. Flamger nearly losing the rear end there, it looked like. He's lucky. Looks like he didn't snap. But I'm going to return back to our front runners, who are now, all three of them are now within a second and a half. This is absolutely insane. This is down to the wire.
The finale, what a way to end it. But it's not over yet, so anything can happen.
Yeah, it is not over until it's over. Why did I change halfway through that?
Because you're
Yes,
about
I'm
to sing the
questioning myself
lyrics
why.
from that song. It's not over till it's over.
I am not American and I am not from High School Musical.
No, it's an EDM track.
But fair enough. But you were talking about how close they were. I'm gonna go through this real quickly again for you. With the drop races points included, it is Estefano Barrera who into this race leads the Drivers' Championship. He sits up top with 540 points. 2 points behind him is Travis Nordstrom with 538, and then it's Jeremy Mercer also there, 35 points behind with 505. Jeremy Mercer getting caught up in an incident on lap number 1 to knock him out of contention. Unless something happens between Barrera and Nordstrom, Jeff Spangler, who is 58 points behind, will not be in contention for this Drivers' Championship. So right now it is quite literally between Nordstrom and Barrera. If Nordstrom wants to win this championship, he needs to finish ahead of Barrera, which I do not believe he is. So Travis, get a scoot on. Get a scoot on, please, Travis, but also take your time, as looking over the rear wing of Flanger, Moffat is all over the back of him. Oh, hey, it's got shark teeth.
Oh, yeah. Surprise, surprise. But I'm sure Timothy Flanger is not too fazed by those shark teeth of that 296 Ferrari. He's still keeping his line, still consistent, trying to keep him behind, but also Javier Salazar he's literally within half a second behind Joel Moffat. So it's definitely a 3-car battle, without a doubt. Joel Moffat just in the middle of that. Oh, and
well, he's going to go down the inside. Closing him off.
Salazar is right behind him. Oh, now side by side. Oh, contact. Hello. Oh, and that was spicy for a moment, but coming down to the wire with nearly 10 minutes remaining.
Yeah, well, definitely down into the crocodiles. If there was loudspeakers on that car, I think we all know what would have been blasted.
Ooh, Max Simmons getting a good run up on Colin Dunham. Who,
also, sorry to cut in. Yes, it's going to
right.
be Brandon Chan who will cut through on the switchback, and that is going to be a low.
Max Simmons sends it up the inside of Colin Dunham. That was a beautiful move. Gets a good run up on the inside of him after the exit.
So
that's all it takes. You stumble 2 corners in a row, and that's it.
Oh yeah, that's Kyalami for you. Like, it's not that easy to overtake just because of the sweeping fast corners, and especially at Cheetah. I mean, you can go too wide. It's been done. I've seen it happen, but it's not really 100% successful because either car has to back out because it's very sketchy and very tight.
Well, I know it's not correct, but I like to believe there's a reason why it's called Cheetah, and it's to stop people from cheating. Because if you try to cheat that, you are going to hit the sausage curbs and go bye-bye. You are going to be sent straight into the barrier. So, in my mind, instead of it being called Cheetah after a cheetah, it's called Cheetah to stop cheaters. I just said a whole lot of cheaters. As we do continue on, up your game. Yes, we definitely do need to up our game, Selena, tomorrow night. As we continue going on down towards turn number 2 as we head through turn number 1. Brandon Chan still right there behind him. Moffat looking for the move down the inside again, but he's going to stay there in P number 16 for the time being. as I have no idea why I have suddenly turned on the David Attenborough, but we are going to continue going around through Barbecue, turn number 5, and then down towards a turn number 6 of Sunset, which absolutely blinded us on the formation lap. Heading down through Sunset, all of these drivers are going to continue it clean and tidy. As going over the curb a little bit there, turn off David Attenborough. One man who will try to stay calm though is going to be Timothy Flamger. Don't question why all that happened. The fact that there is major silence from Jess and Selena makes me wonder that they are questioning it.
Yeah, I'm just busy trying to keep on top of all the gaps.
Yeah, there's a lot of action on, crazily enough, but aren't we surprised? Not really, because everybody has pitted, at least assuming, but everybody has pitted. We're coming down to 8 minutes left on the clock, and there is a lot of cars within a second of each other. All of a sudden, as early on, I think the halfway point, there wasn't that much, but now it has picked up as the usual racing goes after pitting. Everybody bunches back up again, and oh, speaking of bunching up, Brendan Chan had to, was on the edge of his heath right there as Javier
Salazar is going to be right there with him.
The cruiser now after that mistake, trying to capitalize on it, but he just wasn't in the right position to do that.
Yeah, well, he definitely got to stick it down. Well, he definitely got to stick there down the main straight because of the slipstream. I think he lost too much speed having to slot in behind him, and the slipstream kind of just pulled him along. So even though Brendan Chan had the mistake, that also hindered Salazar, as that would keep him behind, as the gap probably opens up a slight little bit more between Moffat and Chan. Jess will have more information on that than us as we continue going on through the right-handers of good old Sunset, as everybody's got the lights on now, as I believe the sun has actually gone down, but we're technically at dusk. So that's the way it works. Everybody loves the way the world works. Just don't question certain parts of it. As we continue going on through the left-hander and the right-hander of the good old S's, as I am going crazy because of the way that the map is in this game, and the way that it's got a shadow around it makes me keep on thinking this yellow flags when there's realistically not. As we keep it going though, keeping it tidy for Salazar on the PIP. Jess, what's currently going on your end?
I've been keeping an eye on our front runners, and Jacob has not been able to catch up to Estefano, Travis, or Jeff, who have all kind of maintained formation. Diego is hypothesizing in the chat that the Porsche tires might start misbehaving right about now. He's probably right.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, yeah, Brendan Chan,
hello. Yeah.
A little bit wide at the final corner. I believe, I don't see the timing currently as I'm on a different window, HUD, but looks like he lost a little bit of time, but is trying to gain it back at turn 2, which in that case he did, with Salazar still right behind him, trying to climb his way to the rear diffuser of Brendan Chan's Aston Martin, and in the hopes of a triple overtake. But hey, you never know, a triple overtake could actually happen if things go entirely upside down for the 3 cars ahead of Salazar.
Yeah, I mean, heck, who knows? Anything and everything can happen as we're going to be approaching those final 5 minutes in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Countdowns
4,
make me anxious.
3, 2, 1, and 5 minutes remain on. Dun, 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 dun. Countdown theme enabled as just under 5 minutes remain here on the clock in Kyalami. 22 degrees in the air, 23 degrees on the in track temperature. 1 kilometre an hour wind coming in from the good old south, and we keep it going and we keep it tidy as Moffat's still going to be looking for a move to get past Timothy Flamger as we keep it going, as we keep it tidy and clean as we head through Cheetah. Don't spin it please, and then down into the final few corners. It's going to be a mega lunge down the inside though for Salazar, and that will get him past Buckus, but how long for, as they're going to go pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, all the way down on the main straight, wheel to wheel, side by side. The Genshin Impact sponsored car makes his way past with Armaterio on the wing. and that's going to be a lucky and lovely Chan up into P number 17.
Well done.
Wow. Talk about capitalizing on mistakes. And
Omar S. Garcia, after being within a car length of Jacob Palmieri for about like 10 laps now in a row, has finally decided to strike at the hairpin at the end of Sector 2. He's got the inside for now, but they touch! That's going to lose him a lot of speed as he tries to regain his spot, and he lunges around the outside to try and hold it. It's not going to work, though. Jared Troxter's GTR is going to maintain his spot through maintaining the inside, and they're back to where they started, all while inviting the man, Dan Cran, into the fray.
Everyone's favourite admin. As we do continue on, and I am going to get ready for everything because I feel like in these final few laps, everything is about to spice up, because even though many people may not do it throughout the whole season, it's the final race, so people may get a little bit desperate for those points, for those final positions.
Oh, yeah.
As Moffat has been on the attack. Like, Moffat has not given up. Like, Moffat's work, please, jeez. As we see, as Moffat is just all over the back of Flamger. He has been since probably about 30 minutes after the pit stops, and he's still there. He's lurking in the background, and he's just there chilling and having a good old time. As we continue looking over the rear wing for Timothy Flamger on the PIP, and we do apologise that the PIP is basically where the action's happening. I don't know if Jess is watching it or not, but we keep it going and round through these corners of
Stop second guessing my camera work. I'm the best.
I can't see your camera, okay? I'm looking at Selena's POV.
Believe.
I'm having to guess as the green flags are out. As, oh my god, that's a yellow flag. Hello, that's a yellow flag of barbecue. Yellow flag of barbecue.
It's a parking lot.
Out of the corner of my eye. That's a parking lot. Oh, hello.
That's
Jason Allen and Jeremy Mercer. Jeremy
Oh,
Mercer is not as a good evening.
And he gets collected by the Lambo.
oh no. That is not going to be a happy night for either of them. Oh. You hate to see that.
Do I owe Jeremy Mercer an apology for saying he would do good on the formation lap? I think I cursed him this evening.
Brandon Chan and Moffat are popping off.
Salazar. He's getting really close, but he's trying to take the slipstream into Crocodiles.
The door's left open.
He won't go for it. He's going to be
not going to work.
Looking for an opportunity where you can, as we do continue going. Yeah, speaking of which, we have a minute left. We don't have the full map. Yeah, we do not have the full map on our POV. Jess, can we get an update on the leader?
Yes, Estefano Barrera still has less than a second lead over Nordstrom, who himself has less than a second lead over Jeff Spangler. This is a top 3 fight coming down to the wire. This is a driver championship fight coming down to the wire. Don't ask me if it's a team championship fight coming down to the wire. I do not have a live tabulation.
Yeah, well, in fact, while we're talking about that, Selena, we might as well get it up on the PIP with the beautiful drone shots as it is the finale. We've got 20 seconds left on the clock, and they are going to be going down into the final few corners. They will not be able to slow down. Drone camera for the leaders, please, Selena.
Alrighty. Yes, the leaders.
The leaders, as it's going to be a tight one, I do believe, as they are going to pass, and it is of course Estefano Barrera. Travis Nordstrom needs something to happen in this final lap. Barrera needs to mess up. He's going to be right there with him. The two championship contenders are wheel to wheel. Nordstrom needs to be ahead of Barrera at the end of this lap for it to happen, but it all comes down to who really has the best shot right now. It is Barrera. He's got the opportunity where it can happen. He's done everything he needed to do this season. He just needs to hold on now. Michael Menning seemed like he drove away with it at the start, but after not showing up in these last few races, Barrera, Nordstrom have all taken the opportunity and seized it right in their hands. We go through the S's of turn 8 and 9. We have 6 corners remaining as we go over the crest. The number 20 chasing down the 6 1:03.9 heading into the break zone. And that's going to be a mega lunge. That's going to be Nordstrom. And that may cost.
Oh no!
That may cost. That may cost. That may cost him. That may cost him.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely blew it, and it's Barrera who will come out on top. Nordstrom's not going to be able to do anything now unless he can get a major exit. As we go around the final corner, it's pedal to the metal, foot to the floor, the headlights flash, Dumfist, Von Meister, Estefano Barrera is your champion, and he wins the Kyalami GP, but it's going to be bittersweet for Travis Nordstrom.
Jacob Palmieri taking P4 after a interesting season, but he's back and he finally showed up and he took it, went with it into P4, which is a very solid finish. Nearly podium. Yeah, that's a team 4-5 right there. But the race is not over yet.
Yeah, the PIP down here at the final few corners as we wait for them all. As you see the line of them, as you see the line of cars come through, as actually that's going to be fun, and that will be around Salazar in the final. Brandon Chan will take it home in P number 17. Yeah, in fact, very much drama. Yeah, Salazar sent it and got spat out into the barrier.
Oh, for the finale, ladies and gentlemen.
In fact, I've got standings right here. So into this race, Dan Cran was leading. There was Bailey Kish needed to outscore Dan Cran by 41 points.
Oh, and I just realized I had my mic muted. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Bailey Kish needed to outscore Dan Cran by 41 points. Timothy Flamger needed to outscore by 3 points. So, I'm just trying to figure this out real quick. Dan Cran, where did Dan Cran finish? Dan Cran finished P7. Dan Cran champion.
GG Dan Cran.
Dan Cran's, yeah, Dan Cran. Apologies that we missed that, guys. We just had to double check that. That is Dan Cran, silver champion. Estefano Barrera, gold champion. I'm gonna be crazy here. Teams.
I see Jeff Spangler in the chat. Why don't we start with him?
Yeah.
Indeed. Let's start with the man, the myth, the legend.
Jeff Spangler, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on a P3 finish. That came down to the wire. Why don't you tell us about your experience?
Man, what a great race. Great all around. Didn't quite get the qualifying that I wanted to. But I knew with two Astons on the outside next to me and in front of me, I had a chance to get at least one, and looked like something happened to Dom. Then it was just about grinding it out, trying to get past Dan. Fair play to Dan. It was
Speaking of Dan, by the way,
battle.
Alexa, Dan Cran is gold, not silver. Carry on, sorry.
Dan, amazing fight with Dan. Happy to be able to get around him. And then went into the pits with Travis. Hoped that I could lock in, and man, I was locked in. Just a great feeling to be able to come out of the pits and have a great second stint, close down the gap, and then be there, fighting with those guys at the end. Unfortunately for me, I needed a little bit more violence out of them. To have a shot at the championship. But with Mercer not finishing well, I think they needed to finish like 12th and 13th or something. So, what a great race though. I'm glad that he did not turn in at the very end at the top of the hill there. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, we did.
Okay.
Oh, we did.
Okay, good. Yeah, and he was so defensive. I thought for a moment he was going to run me off the track, but I was a little late anyway, so I've already apologized. I'm just glad he didn't say, screw you, and turn in anyway. So fair play to him.
By the way, I'm looking at the Drivers' Championship standings right now, and you're only 20 points off of Mercer, but he has 68 points for his current banker lap. That's gonna, because now he's got a DNS, so that's gonna be his fall lap. So you're gonna have to have scored 88 points, no, like 91 points to beat him. So I don't think. Wait.
It might be.
That might be enough points. Last race, third place got 92 points. So this is literally down to the wire. We will find out when the website updates.
Yeah, so that would be 90
Holy
to me.
crap.
I already chastised Jacob for taking the fastest lap from me. So.
Oh no.
So yeah, 90 points. So, but yeah, what a great way to end the season. Great track, great racing. I mean, you can't ask for a whole lot more than that.
No, that was incredible. And thank you for putting on a great show for us to watch. Do you have anyone to shout out or say thank you to before we let you go?
A shout out to Barrera. Looks like he's gonna take on the championship. So congrats to him.
He is.
Not sure where the team championship ended up, but shout out to Dan Crane for good racing and Trav as well. So and everybody at Madhouse.
Alrighty, thank you. See you next time, next season.
Thanks, guys. Have a good off season. See you next time.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
All
I
right.
don't want an off season.
Me neither. And we were just getting into
Neither
it.
do I.
Let's
Yep.
see. I'm looking for Travis Nordstrom. I found him. Aha. Travis Nordstrom, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on the P2 finish. That was down to the wire, literally within a second of each other for most of the race. Tell us about it. Anything you wanted to do differently?
No, not really. I mean, I don't think I could have qualified much better than that. So I think Estefano probably. I think that once he had that qualifying time, it was just whether or not I got P2 or P3, and I think if I had got P2, my race start, maybe I could have had him instead of just going in side by side to T1. The Ferrari's infamous for how bad it is on the starts, and it's the opposite for the Porsche. So, kind of cursing Dan a little bit for stealing P2, but I mean. He was just faster than me today. I don't think I could have done much differently. I think going out of the pits was really close. I think maybe if I'd waited an extra lap, if I'd caught up a little bit more, I might have been able to pass him because I think I was like right on his bumper coming out of the pits. So, could have done a few things differently, but at the end of the day, he was just a lot faster than me.
Sorry, can y'all ask him questions? I'm trying to update the standings.
Yeah, sorry, I was just doing so on my end. So, to be honest, Jess already asked him. Going into next season, you're definitely going to be D1 again. Are you definitely going to be going for Drivers' Championship? Or are you going to be more focusing on the teams?
I don't know. It's always. I didn't think I was going to be in the contention for a Drivers' Championship this season. I was just, racing, wasn't really taking it too seriously, and then Michael Menning drops out, and so suddenly I'm, in it again. So we'll just have to see, if Menning's racing and he's racing all the races, there's basically no shot. So, I'll kind of play it by ear.
And Selena, any questions?
Don't think I have any, at least at this point. But maybe I do. Speaking about next season, how are you feeling? Are you going to maybe switch to another car, or are you just gonna stick with the Porsche?
I'm thinking about switching to another car. I've been thinking that for a couple seasons. Koa was the one that convinced me to go back to the Porsche. I was thinking maybe Aston or Ford. I don't know. I'm after so many seasons with the Porsche and then the Honda in between last season. I'm just getting tired of not having any straight line speed. So I might go for a top speed car just to kind of, it's easier to have bad races, or it's easy to recover from bad races. That's the big advantage of those sort of cars. If you have the speed you can usually get somebody on the straight. With the Porsche, if you have a bad race, you can just get stuck behind people for laps and laps and laps, and that's obviously the same with the Honda, which is even worse. So yeah, I'm thinking about getting into a car that could actually pass people on straights. It might be nice.
That is a fair assessment. You kind of have to be bold, make stuff happen if you're in a very equal matchup but you're in the Porsche.
Yeah, right. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, Koa might want to team up again. He might want the Porsche again. So I'm just playing stuff by ear. I'm not taking it too seriously.
One thing that we can take seriously, though, I actually want to ask one last question here. I forgot to ask this one before. If there was, out of all the tracks in the game, which one would you like to see on the calendar next season?
Nürburgring is a good one, and I don't think we've raced there in a little bit. And it's one of my better tracks. So that'd be fun. Not the Nordschleife, just the regular GP circuit. I mean, obviously, I'd be fine with the Nordschleife as well, but I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's going to happen for a little bit longer. that race is a whole special ordeal.
Yeah, it's an entirely different beast.
Alrighty. Anybody you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, just good shit to Estefano. I mean, that was an amazing race, and we were basically tied going into this for the championship. So I'm glad we could make it a close, fun to watch race. And congrats to him for winning the drivers' championship.
Absolutely, and congrats to you for being part of that awesome show. And good luck to you next season.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
Hey, good luck.
Now, before we get Estefano in here, I want to get Bailey Kish in here, who is confirmed our silver champion. Bailey Kish, welcome to the booth and congrats. You are our silver championship driver this season. How are you feeling?
I am sweaty after that one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, after dying on lap 1, I'm like, are you kidding me? We got to make this difficult today?
Just the joys of Kyalami.
Yeah, it'd be like that. And I'm in the chat with Mr. Sir, and I said, oh, we're checking up, and he destroys me. So.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but all around, it was a intense season. It was quite sweaty all around, silver and gold. So one of the most fun seasons I've had, I'd say.
It just keeps getting better.
I agree.
We keep attracting faster and faster drivers. Our old drivers just keep getting faster and faster. D1 is cracked.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It's crazy.
it was cracked, and it was sweaty. The amount of laps that all of D1 did this season was incredible, and it was for over half a tenth every track. So it was crazy, and a lot of undercuts this season was strong, and all around. And we had a lot of different race winners in both silver and gold. So also hope that Michael didn't show up.
The only person to take gold more than once this season were Michael Menning and Estefano Barrera. They only did it twice each.
Yeah. So, I mean, you had Travis Nordstrom up there, and you had, I feel like, who else? Somebody else won one. I can't remember.
Nordstrom won one.
Spangler, that's right. Mr. Sir. Or no, he's got robbed.
Mr. Sir won.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all around, it was just a widespread of drivers. So, it was really fun to be a part of, and looking forward to doing it again next season.
Hell yeah. Unlucky season, number 13. Spooky.
Who? Number 13.
Yeah, season 13.
Oh, you're right. It is number 13. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
everybody takes an off.
You're ready for the long call now.
You sound like a robot, Alexa.
Yeah. But I would like to give 2 shout outs really quick before I head out of here. I want to give a shout out, a couple. Shout out to Jason, my sweet angel.
Poor Jason.
I miss him already. Poor Jason. He had a rough season, but he hung in every race. So kudos to Jason. I want to give a shout out to Coach for being, you know what he does, Coach things.
We love you, Coach.
And shout out Diego for being my biggest hater. This one's for you, brother.
Got him.
So thanks, guys. We really appreciate the commentary every week and going back and watching the VODs. So appreciate what you guys do.
Of course.
So
Well, thank you, sir, and we will see you next season. Good luck to you.
awesome. Thank you so much. Good luck tomorrow, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that leaves, lastly, Estefano Brera. Can we find him? There he is in general. He's not even in the D1 chat. Come on, buddy.
He's chilling.
That's so
He's
far
chilling
away,
on his.
I got a right-click move
Bro.
too.
We don't bite.
Welcome to the
good.
booth. Congratulations on the race win and the driver championship win, Estefano Brera. How are you feeling?
I have no words to describe my happiness. Like, I had a really hard season, and I am glad I could make it, my guys.
Hell yeah. Nothing like a hard-fought victory, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it was hard-fought. This is only your second P1 all season. Nobody made it easy for you.
Yeah, I knew I had to do pole position because these guys are so quick. I also had a hard time on the race start because this car is just struggling on the main straight of this track in general. So I just had to go with no mistakes over the race. And Nordstrom was also pretty quick, so I just tried to not risk anything. I even went slower than I could in my second stint because I was just trying to get Spangler closer so we could try a move, and it worked in the final lap.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was trying not to risk it in the second stint because I didn't want to go over the limit. In first stint, I had a couple of mistakes because I was trying to push really, really hard. So I just just wanted to do a safe race.
Was there any part in the race where you felt particularly nervous?
Of course, because I had a big drop off with like 15 minutes to go, so I was really, really trying to get into the 14th. But yeah, I could manage it.
Well, lucky for you, that's exactly when the Porsche tires were given out too.
Yeah, it was pretty quick on the last 10 minutes or so. I think I had some inspiration with 5 minutes to go, and Spangler also tried a move, so it was very relaxing on the final lap.
Well, tell me, do you plan on relaxing between now and the next season? Or are you going to be taking part in any esports events? Will you be rejoining us for season 13?
I will be there for next season for sure. I don't know if I am going to make any esports events because I have almost no time to train. So yeah, I really enjoy this league because the level is pretty strong, especially this season. The guys were really, really quick. So yeah.
Well, if you ever have a change of heart, you certainly have the pace to be doing esports stuff if you can beat it. Well, not sure if you say beat out Michael Kennedy, but because he dropped out at a couple races. But you're hanging with the boys. So
yeah, I try to. I just try to be decent.
Well, it's working.
Thank you, guys.
Anybody you want to shout out? Say thank you to?
Yeah, thank you to my dad because he's always here on my side telling me race stuff. So he's like my race engineer. And of course, my team, Daniel, Javier, and Omar, they are really supportive. And so I want to say thank you to them.
Perfect. Yeah, we caught a lot of racing with Javier. He had a very exciting race. You'll be talking with him about it later.
Yeah, of course I do.
But yep, congratulations and good luck to you next season. We'll see you then.
Thank you, guys.
All right. So that you've seen we do have our updated team standings. You're looking at them now. We saw our driver standings. We know who our champions are. Congratulations to them all. Thank you all for tuning in. And you know also who I have to say thank you to?
A huge thank you to our SRA sponsors and title sponsors for supporting us here at SRA, as well as support from Documise, a modern business solution for product management. Go to documise.com to learn more today. And support from Retro Saga, a North American-based gaming company that provides accessories for your favourite classic systems, including Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, and much more. Enhance your retro gaming experience today at retrosaga.ca. And a big thank you to our affiliates, Track Racer. Experience redefined gaming with Track Racer's high quality sim rigs and accessories. Use code SRATE at checkout to support us. Armamentario, a toolbox for ACC that will enhance your chance to win. Enjoy a fully customizable and enhanced HUD to change the way you experience ACC. AT 3D Sim Shop. Upgrade your sim racing experience today with premium 3D printed accessories featuring precision crafted magnetic shifters, sleek cable management solutions, versatile stream deck mounts, and immersive dashboard displays. Their innovative designs enhance performance and style, elevate every lap with top tier quality and craftsmanship at at3d.net. Go Setups, premium esports setups for everybody. Use our affiliate link on our Discord and take your drive to the next level. Castle and Cauldron, a home-based crafting business specialising in handmade Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts and Fairy World collectibles. Magic wands, potions, mini dioramas, wall decor, costumery, cosplay and much more. Castle and Cauldron is where crafting meets the magical. Visit facebook.com/Castle Cauldron. And from KP Concepts, your source for custom automotive renderings, graphic design, and printing. We spend countless hours making you look all good for the spectacle. Check out kpconcepts.com for more.
And we are back. Thank you everybody for watching. Alexa, play us out.
I definitely will. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for D1 this season. Of course, Season 12 getting bigger and bigger every single season. Second season here myself, and it's been one hell of a ride, even if I was asleep for the past few races. Selena, the entire commentary crew is going to make fun of me for that. Heck, Philip is not in our box, but he has legit created a thing called Team Keep Alexa Awake. So, yay. But no, that's the thing. It's Season 12 and it's been one hell of a ride, especially for D1. But don't worry, it's not done yet. Of course, you've got D2 racing action coming your way tomorrow night, right here on twitch.tv/Sim Race Alliance, or if you're watching on the VOD, back on YouTube. And of course, Selena and Jess are going to be racing in that tomorrow. Hopefully they do not crash like Jeremy Mercer did tonight. But of course, we've also got the D4 and D6 racing action happening live over on YouTube tomorrow night. The D3 and D5 season is also finished. You can catch those over on YouTube Sim Racing Alliance on all platforms. This box may change up a little bit next season, or it may be all three of us. But I think it's safe to say we're in it for the ride in season 13, aren't we, Selena?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, and we are going to see what happens with Jess, because Jess, I'm going to be completely honest with the Twitch chat. You said you would like to go back into retirement earlier this evening,
Yeah,
so
I'm tired, boss.
I just got a call, boss. Let's go. Sure, Jess wants to go back into retirement. We may have somebody coming back next season, but we don't know yet. Or we may pull some strings to get my fellow Brit Jay Queasy in the box. But like I said, may shake up next season. But I can say without a doubt, me and Selena are going to be back. Jess, do we have any idea when season 13 is going to be here?
Nothing's official yet. Nothing published, but typically between our seasons, it's like 6 weeks tops. So it might be a month, it might be 6 weeks.
I see.
The videos.
Yes, Selena. So Selena, Selena, you've got plenty of time to work on the intro video.
Yes.
So yes, but so that's all I've got to say. It's been one hell of a ride with you guys here in season 12. We'll see you for season 13. Don't forget to keep on watching for the rest of the season 12 action tomorrow night. I've been Alexa Marshall with Jess Osborne and Selena Boonstra for the final time this season. Good night.